So the whistle goes. We're underway in bronze medal territory here. Jade Clark for England in the centre. The red is the English heading to your left. There's Malcolm. And straight away, some energy from New Zealand in defence. Oh, gee, well...
I said it was taken, so take it back. No, there.
Oh, that was interesting. I felt the umpire claimed that ball was taken and then Housby walked. Maybe she gave her the benefit of the doubt that she hadn't heard the call. So Bronwyn Adams just having to clarify early. And Helen Housby, the first for the Roses. Gina Crampton. Selby Rickett, the quick hands. Nweki, good contest with Mentor. Well, Jiva Mentor had to contend for 60 minutes with Gretel Buetta last night. And it looks like she'll be in for exactly the same task here against Grace Nweki. 1 metre and 93 centimetres she stands, just 3 centimetres shorter than Janelle Fowler. Metcalf, good defence here by the Silver Ferns, forcing England backwards. Housby, Metcalf again. Oh, hands from Kelly Jury. Well, Catherine, I can tell you straight away, this energy from New Zealand vastly different to what we saw when they played them last.
They're certainly up and about, and you can see it by the bench as well, can't you? They're vocal, they're encouraging. Kelly Jury definitely been one of the best for New Zealand in terms of the amount of ball she's turned over.
This is an interesting game for me because England come into this really with everything to lose. New Zealand, everything to gain.
Well, that was the one area I was critical of New Zealand in the game against Jamaica, straight through the middle again. Cardwell takes such a big split, she nearly topples over. But it was the defence. Look at it. Massive.
Oh, dear. That's some flexibility.
No, flexibility was Guska and a certain goalpost last night. Yeah, better positioning from Jiva Mentor. Much tighter one-on-one and right in front, but Nweki just too strong in the air.
Damage obstruction, goal defence.
Clark. Good pressure around the outside here from New Zealand. Heffernan and Souness doing the work.
Oh, good tip there. No, can't pull it in, Heffernan. But having a good go at the crumbs, isn't she?
Beside the goal defence.
Jo Harton getting up and dictating from the bench. There she is.
Yes, keep it beside. Yep.
Talking to the defence end. Do you think she'll become a coach?
She'd be a very good coach. Great scraps from Nat Metcalf, the edge of the circle. Keeps that rebound in English hands.
This is being played like a medal game, Kath, isn't it? There's a bit of hesitancy in the pass. Thinking every moment. Back to the line for Metcalf. Through the middle, Housby. Look at Cardwell, covered by 2. To level for Housby.
Here's the attempt at the rebound moments ago. Gusketh with the chase.
Well, who's going to get bragging rights going into this first quarter? New Zealand will take a close quarter. England will be disappointed if they aren't well in front here, Kath.
Well, they will, going on history, won't they?
Yeah, correct.
Really comfortable win. The 10 goals last meeting.
Cardwell makes it look so easy, doesn't she? Pops that one in and puts them back in front now by a goal, England. 53 seconds on the clock, so plenty of time. Both sides to score.
What a pass and what an even better take. It looked for a moment like it was going to go straight over the baseline. Have a look, the vision. Nweki had to get moving to pull it in.
Damage obstruction, goal defence.
Metcalf just keeping that ball moving, isn't she? But that one was straight into the hands of Heffernan. It was telegraphed, wasn't it, by Housby? 20 seconds here for the Silver Ferns to score. Soonest, they know they can go quick. Crampton surely look. Selby Rickett this time.
New Zealand.
So a 1-goal lead off that moment there. Oh, gee, New Zealand Silver Ferns. They've turned up on the bronze medal day, haven't they? A terrific opening quarter from there. New Zealand sitting at 14, leading England by 1. Netball fan or not, turning up and getting a part, being a part of the entertainment and the fun, and enjoying some terrific netball in the process.
Yeah, well, the netball's just the bonus, isn't it?
Well,
it's the
yeah.
cherry on top. Jiva Mentor had a good look at it. Thought she'd mix it up.
Grace Nowicki moving along very nicely. 13 goals without a miss.
Keep an eye on Nat Metcalf. She's got the ball in hand now. Has been finding ball with ease this quarter. Heffernan's sitting off. You can see giving plenty of space there, just trying to pick up the player in that area.
I'm trying to get my eyes away from just watching the defence of the New Zealand at the moment. The zone they're running and trying to close that middle corridor down, Kath. Like I say, we haven't seen that from them as good as what we're watching so far tonight.
No, definitely haven't. Certainly wasn't there against Jamaica.
New Zealand.
So Eleanor Cardwell got in the battle last night, didn't she, with Bruce on the rebound. You know what we all think about that. Beautiful drive through from Crampton. And then fakes the front, goes high to Nowicki. No advantage played, it'll go back to the obstruction.
Wing defence is out. Just hold time, please. You're out of play.
That's the last thing the players want is hold time when the ball dribbles away. No, just let it go.
New Zealand Silver Ferns leading by 1. A chance to go 2 up from Selby Rickett.
Nowicki so strong in the air. Cleans up another offensive rebound.
In the game of her life, isn't she?
Selby Rickett only 2 from 5 now, 40% shooting. They need her to fire. Potentially there's a change that'll happen there. Again, another miss with the offensive rebound. Look, my school of thought, don't care if you miss, if you get the rebound. Keep possession.
Obstruction, goal attack.
Gee, let's not forget, they've played how many games prior to this? And this is what we're getting? This is extraordinary.
Well, I was excited about the gold medal game, but that's even gone up another notch. If this is the sort of quality we're looking at the last day.
Australian fans will have to set their alarms for that. 5:30 Australian Eastern Standard Time as the Aussies take on Jamaica. (28-21), just over a minute to unfold in this second quarter. It's been all about New Zealand, hasn't it? Heffernan been great. Soonest, speed.
Karaka and Jury come alive in this quarter as well.
Selby Rickett out, eventually finds her way.
Got to get in now, though.
There you go, the speed. Oh, gee, and Karaka. Well, from Jiva Mentor's not so great pass. One from the New Zealand goal defence now. So a bit of energy here for England. Listen to the crowd when they get this.
Malcolm really didn't have to struggle to get that ball almost thrown straight to her. And just like that, England have added another 2 to the scoreboard.
So a shift in energy back to England. 2 in a row for them. How did New Zealand respond? 17 seconds. Oh, Mentor! It was worth a fly.
Goalkeeper, you're out of play. Keeper's out of play for contact. I've held time.
Time has been held. So they'll get the score here, New Zealand, and they'll force England to take the centre pass with 5 seconds. Yeah, so Jade Clark trying her best to play trickery with the umpires. She'll try to hold the ball. And no, held ball is the call by the umpire. So when they come back, it'll be a New Zealand Silver Fern centre pass. Gee, they've owned that, haven't they, in the second quarter? And at halftime, the scoreline, New Zealand 29, England 23. So away we go in the second half. In 30 minutes' time, we will find out bronze medalists for Birmingham 2022. And a quick start for New Zealand.
Obstruction, goal attack. Goal attack, obstruction.
Couple of changes to the line for England.
Oh, another tip over the board from Heffernan then.
Yes, there, wing attack.
Laura Malcolm into the middle.
Centre.
Imogen Allison on at wing defence. No Joe Harton.
So strong is Cardwell. Takes that with one hand.
Other side, keeper, keeper, other side. Yep.
Well, she knows she's not going to respond to the umpire. She'll be in all sorts of trouble.
Advantage break, wing defence.
Beautiful drive off the back from Heffernan. Look down the line for New Zealand. And Stacey Francis-Bayman playing her final game of netball. Will retire after this.
Was a massive effort in the air, wasn't it? Here she comes flying, flicks it in because she knows she's either going to go out of court or hit the goalpost. Tell you what, the goalpost, a lot of collateral damage there across this tournament. Starting to get a little bit willing, a little bit physical. Stacey Francis.
Well, we know it's her last game, Kath, and she is going to leave absolutely nothing in the tank to try and get England back into this. She's lifted this entire side, hasn't she? Mentor now out hunting. Imogen Allison getting in amongst it.
She's done that 3 or 4 times, not necessarily come up with the ball, but that's just starting to create doubt.
Yes.
New Zealand aren't going to turn and ping the ball as they have been, because now they're going to watch out for the flying Francis-Bayman.
England.
Well, they steady, don't they, there, New Zealand?
Wing attack, obstruction. Beside the wing attack. Yes.
So the energy in this game has lifted for England. Oh, under pressure, Metcalf, clever to Cardwell. The presence of mind to put it high into the post. And her goal shooter does the job for her.
That Metcalf falling out of court. And Cardwell and Housby.
Karika. It goes again. Look at her. Her and Heffernan have been working hard to bring ball through. Crampton sights Nowecki, has to go to the post. Mentor goes out hunting. It should free someone up.
Selby Rickett really needs to get herself involved here.
Contact, goal defence.
She wants to set up the one-on-one, either with herself or with Nowecki.
So they've used the clock beautifully then, England. Some 35 seconds, 40 seconds to score that goal. They lead by 7. Housby, Cardwell out. Housby again.
Obstruction, wing defence. Contact, wing defence.
Heffernan another challenge though. Not giving up. Housby got the radar back on. Timely. 13 from 17.
An intriguing 45 seconds here, Kath.
Well, it's 11 apiece in this quarter. New Zealand taking the first 2.
Well, that's just clever play, isn't it, by New Zealand? Look at Heffernan and Karika. Ball on a string at the moment for them. Crampton at the top, and then a beautiful executed and weighted pass over to Nowecki.
England.
So leading by 7, England now here. They must score. They have to use this clock cleverly. Cardwell. Oh, gee, 6 on the clock. Housby at the back. Cardwell has to score here for England. And cleverly does with just a second to spare. Well, 15 minutes of netball still to unfold. New Zealand have held on, challenged by England, and they'll go into this final break, and they lead by 6. New Zealand in a commanding position, leading by 6, 41-35. And they'll get the first centre pass, very important. No changes to the New Zealand side, but a change for England, Kath.
Cardwell now out at goal attack.
Oh, Gee Nweki.
Well, listen to the crowd, and they are just going to get louder as this contest goes on. Well, let's have a look at who's in goal shooter for England when we get the ball up there. We saw Helen Housby. There's a little nudge coming from Nweki. We saw Helen Housby getting some treatment at three-quarter time. It may now be Jo Harton on the court. Yeah, it is. Jo Harton's entered the game. So Helen Housby having a little rest in this last 15 minutes. What can Jo Harton do here?
So the first opportunity, and the Silver Ferns are all over it defensively. Pride themselves on their defensive game, don't they? On their feet. They have hardly sat down the bench of New Zealand. And she's been a star, Nweki, hasn't she?
Well, certainly had to be to pull that in under enormous pressure.
Did you see Whitney Souness there? She, hand on face. Oh, dear.
There's the ball. Look at the take. Have an eye on Souness out the front.
And all of a sudden now, the nerves could kick in here for Silver Ferns.
Well, and with this inexperienced line that you spoke about, that could well happen. Don't have the heads that have been in these moments, experienced it, know how to play it.
Gina Crampton, one of the more experienced ones, but the challenge coming from Gusketh on that. I mean, you'd take the energy out of the crowd any day of the week, wouldn't you? As in, use it, because they're just exhausted, these players. It is as tough as it gets, these long tournament events, back-to-back games of the highest of levels. Harton.
The confidence, the ball from Harton. And what a mix-up. Harton out and Cardwell in, flying in like she's a typical goal attack.
New Zealand here, Heffernan back to the line, so retreating. Down the line though to Souness, and again, she has been terrific. As is the captain, Gina Crampton, finding the space and drive to that top is really what has hurt England, their defence.
Well, Heffernan, another good shot at it.
You know, England have challenged in moments, but they haven't been able to connect those moments, have they? New Zealand have been able to get the ball steady, be patient, slot in the goal.
As much as England feel like they've turned it a little, I still don't feel like they're going to challenge New Zealand to take this game. Still 8 minutes, though. Could happen.
Well, the key again for me, Kath, they're now going into this final quarter. We're just shy of ticking into the 7 minutes, and it's been goal for goal again. So they have done exactly what has been asked of them, and that is to contest and compete in the first part of quarters.
Oh, it might have been a little bit of an argument there because you could hear the umpire. Bronwyn Adams, yes, you did contact.
Great space from Metcalf again. She's been in and out of the game. Great early, Kath, and then really quiet.
On the landing, obstruction, arms still up. Obstruction, both players.
So the challenge for me for England must commence right here. They need a ball. Francis Bayman, hips and shoulders soonest to the ground, so that's not going to help their challenge.
They need a ball, but they've got to stay clean as well, don't they?
Yep.
Got to stay in the contest, not by doing penalties like that.
Selby Rickett under pressure. Oh, gee.
Wing defence.
Here we go, warning.
That's two in really quick succession now, so we need to adjust.
Okay, no warning.
Yeah, love
Good
that
call.
though.
Yeah,
Great
same.
umpiring.
Absolutely. That's what I'd like to see more of.
England.
So the only answer for England here, Kath, must score off every centre pass. That's it, full stop. Have to.
Advantage obstruction, centre.
And they do just that now.
New Zealand.
Of course, the same will be said for New Zealand, but England are going to have a crack at everything here. They've got 6 to get back in 6 minutes. Francis Bayman, you can hear the voice calling middle. They keep just finding space. The mid-court, Crampton and Souness have been terrific.
And so patient. They don't look at all frazzled by the challenges coming their way, do they? Playing it back, using that easy option, keeping possession.
Well, this is true Dame Noeline Tarua style. Challenge comes from Laura Malcolm. Sophie Drakeford-Lewis. Can't believe it. Selby Rickett, the confidence, is it there? Oh, yes, it is.
England.
So while England have to score quickly, and they did off their centre pass, New Zealand are taking all the time in the world to do it their way.
Yep, smart work, eating up a bit of that clock.
Five minutes.
Centre. Both players go back.
Well, this is a long shot over Jury, and she sinks it, Cardwell.
Advantage obstruction, goal attack.
Quite often those shots can start to miss playing in a new position like goal attack where you're more tired.
Heffernan drives through. Crampton free, though. Quick little chip ball to each other. For me-
Crampton has not
Yeah,
stopped,
best,
has she?
Best on court. Oh, Jiva Mentor. Well, this is the moment. This is the moment for England. It's an absolute must to score at the post.
Beside the keeper.
There is still time for them to get
Causing
back.
Contact, goal defence.
There's one, and their centre pass, and they need to do it quickly.
Jiva Mentor read that beautifully. That is the experience on show. Her 6th Commonwealth Games.
Here we go, 2 in a row for England, straight through the middle of the court. Oh, and it tightens now to 4 goals.
Injury time for the goal defence.
Injury time for the goal defence. If that's a coaching call versus an injury, I can't believe it.
Very interesting time to do it.
Imogen Allison comes onto the court. She'll probably make me eat my words if she can get it hand to ball here.
Well, they only have to get a hand to 1 ball, then score off their own centre pass. It's back to 2.
Contact keeper with the back arm. Yes, yep.
So that's a moment, isn't it, for New Zealand? They were just able to slot one in and steady. 3 minutes to play. 5 goals in it. Cardwell into the pocket. Karaka, should I say, thought about it, and then Jury gets it, Kath.
Well, Jury had to attack the ball. Jo Harton was under the post all by herself. And didn't that pay
Wing
dividends?
defence, goal third.
So again, the big moments for England just don't seem to last long enough because
Offside wing attack.
New Zealand have just been too good. Last roll of the dice here.
It's inside the circle.
Offside is the call, so England ball in hand. Allison, they need to go quick and direct. Not like that.
Contact. Centre third.
Just chewing up time here
Construction goal attack.
with the calls coming from the umpires. This is a massive shot. Can't sink it, Joe Harton, though.
Ebony Usoro-Brown won't get onto the court by the looks of it. Has announced her retirement just an hour before this game commenced.
Well, New Zealand do want to eat time up here, but they also have got to continue to attack. Put that scoreboard pressure on.
Oh, Allison. So close. Soonest, though, just wants to get going. Keep the possession game. And for me, that is it. They know it too. The smiles on the faces go. Up to 5.
Throw in England, sideline. Hold time. On the sideline.
Very few.
Oh, Heffernan!
Dear
well, that would have
me.
been a highlight right at the end of the game at a fitting end. Had it come off, she's been good.
Oh, just not falling for England. It has not been their day, nor was it yesterday.
New Zealand.
The gold medalists from 2018 will fail to medal in 2022. And very few, I think, Catherine, would have thought this result today. Take nothing away from New Zealand. They have been sublime. The last minute of these two teams to play out here. Oh, England fans won't be able to cope with this.
Yeah, well, it was worth a try, wasn't it? Not enough time on the clock now. Our Carball's down, and she looked in pain, grabbed her leg straight away. New Zealand down the other end in a flash.
So 30 seconds to play. Fingers crossed here that Cardwell's okay.
Hold injury time for the goalkeeper.
So this will be for Ebony Usoro-Brown to come onto the court. And she'll get a thunderous applause. So good. Jiva Mentor calling that too, Kath Cox. That wasn't from the coach.
Well, have a look at Usoro-Brown. She's got tears in her eyes. And that's going to send me off. 24 seconds left in her career.
So it will be all about New Zealand, but there will be 2 English roses that'll be farewelled tonight by the crowd. But let's enjoy the moment for the Silver Ferns here with only 6 seconds to play out. And the final goal off the hands of Selby Rickett. And the bronze medal will go to New Zealand, 4th in 2018, and they find their way back to the dais here in 2022. Dame Nolene Tarua, again, the mastermind behind this young and inexperienced Silver Fern side. And it is nothing but absolute joy, isn't it? 55-48, a 7-goal victory to New Zealand.